So now let's read the question. Illustration number, this is illustration number 12 here. So ICC Limited forfeited 500 shares. Okay, so we, due to non-payment, when someone doesn't pay us the money and repeated, we communicate repeatedly, but then that is of no use, and the person doesn't pay, then we have to forfeit the shares. Okay, forfeit the shares means we have to cancel that ownership, and you can say in layman's terms, we have to take back the shares from that person, and then we have to reissue to someone else. Okay, so forfeiting means we are canceling the shares and taking it back from him. Okay, so how many shares we are forfeiting in this case? 500. Okay, of rupees 10 each fully called up, of rupees 10 each, share is originally of 10 rupees, on which full amount 10 rupees has been called. Okay, so sometimes they can say of rupees 10 each, 8 called up. That means company is asking people to pay 8 rupees in that case. But in this case, they say share is of 10 rupees and fully called up means company is asking people to pay 10 rupees. Full amount. Okay. Okay. Which were issued at a premium of 20%. And 20% premium is also there. 2 rupees premium is also there. Okay. So altogether 10 plus 2, 12 rupees total shareholders have to pay. Okay. Amount payable was on shares were application 2, allotment 5 and final call 5. So it is total 12 rupees. Okay. First and final call 5 means first call 5, final call 5. No. You check the total. Total 12 rupees you have to receive, then it will become 17. Then how can you say 17? Yes, sir. First and final call means this is the name of one call only. Okay. It may be, the next call. So then you can say second and final call. Or you can just use the word final call. Okay. So in this case also you can say final call. Or you can say first and final call. Or second and final call in another case. Or third and final call. Yes. Okay. Now only application money was paid by the shareholder in this respect of these 500 shares. Okay. So only that the person had paid only the application money. Okay. So we have to give the forfeiting entry here. Okay. After that, 300 share out of these were reissued. So 300 shares we are reissuing at 9 per share. Fully paid, yes. As and fully paid. Okay. So past necessary journal entries for the forfeiture and reissue. Okay. So that means we have to give a forfeiting entry, forfeiture of shares. Then we have to give the reissue entry. Yeah. And after that we have to give a transfer of profit to capital reserves entry. Okay, that I'll be discussing with you. Now, first thing first we'll do. First we'll forfeit the shares. Okay. Debit what comes in, what we are getting back, we are cancelling the share capital here. Because the person is not paying, so we are cancelling that share capital. We are getting the shares kind of back, or we are cancelling them, whatever way you want to think of. So share capital debit. Okay. When you issue, you credit share capital every time, right? Yes, sir. Because the ultimate aim of those installment which you are giving is if you can keep cancelling share application, share allotment, share application with share application, share allotment with share allotment, ultimately you will come to one entry, that is bank account debit to share capital there. That is the issuing entry. So when you cancel, so you're cancelling your share capital liability. So when you're cancelling share capital liability, you're putting it on debit side. You're reducing your share capital. Yes. Equity you're reducing, so you're putting it on debit side, right? Okay. Share capital, another name is equity. Now, so debit side you put share capital debit. Yes. And then 2 credits you have to keep normally under the normal entries. 2 calls in area. You're not going to return their money. Forfeit word means you are forfeiting their amount. Yes. That amount you are not going to return now. This person has paid 2 rupees, right? You are not going to return that money, 2 rupees. So you're forfeiting is a amount of, means you're not going to refund that. So there will be two credits, two call scenario and two forfeited shares. After that, question is with securities premium. If that person has paid the securities premium, amount I'll be discussing first. Let's complete the words first. Now this question is with the your forfeiting shares, and question is with securities premium. Not two things can happen in securities premium in case of forfeiting shares. When you are forfeiting shares, two things can happen. One is that person had paid the premium. So premium paid, premium not paid. Two situations can come, right? So if it is premium paid situation, means that person whose shares you are forfeiting, he had paid the premium. Then no need to mention premium, no need to mention or no need to cancel the securities premium in this entry. Okay. But if that person has not paid the securities premium, whose shares you are forfeiting, then you have to cancel the securities premium by putting it on debit side. First, let's check this question. Did this person cancel it? Because originally we put premium on which side? We put the premium in the due entry along with the share capital. Share capital side, right?
Yes, sir.
So there we put it on credit side. It is a part of equity. It is a part of share capital. It is kind of share capital. It is similar to share capital only. So both are kind of liabilities. Equity is has a this is part of equity, and equity has a credit base. Okay. So when originally we gave them, we booked them in the journal entries. We put them on the in the due entry. We put them on the credit side. Okay. But now we are cancelling it. We have to cancel the securities premium part also if we have not received.
Yes, sir.
If from 10 people I have to receive money and I am showing it on my credit side that 10 money is due from 10 people and I'm putting securities premium from 10 people. Now one person is not paying the securities premium. Then obviously I have to cancel because the net effect is I'm receiving securities premium from 9 people.
Yes.
Okay. So securities premium needs to be cancelled in this case because this person is not paying the premium because he just paid the application money if you check the question. Okay.
Yes, sir. And if person pays, then we ignore the premium.
Then you ignore the premium in this. Then your whatever three parts you have written, those three will come there. Equity share capital on debit side and then two credits. Okay.
Yes.
But if he has not paid the premium, then you have to put the premium on the debit side. So you can put now in your journal entry one more debit. Securities premium debit. So you have now the four parts. Now you can put the in front of equity share capital. You can put a small bracket for the amounts, and then in amount column you can put the amounts. Okay.
Yeah.
So equity share capital now. How many shares you are forfeiting? First of all, you put with in front of all the four. You can put 500 into for every four items. 500 into something, 500 into something, 500 into something, 500 into something like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So here in this sum, premium is not paid.
Premium is not paid because he has paid. See, he has paid only 2 rupees, and 2 is premium. So premium can't be with application. Okay.
Yeah.
So premium has to be with the other call. So you have to assume now premium has not been paid. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now equity share capital. What to write in front of equity share capital? It will be 500 into. You go back to your question and check how much called up. Whatever called up according to the question, that amount you put here. Be careful. So in forfeiting entry, how much is given there? How much called up given? How much paid up? They can use the word called up or paid up. Means company asked shareholders to pay. So how much was the called up amount there?
10 each.
10 each fully called up, right?
Yes.
So 10 is the equity share capital.
Okay.
If they say there 8 called up, then equity share capital here will be 500 into 8.
Okay.
Okay, understood this part?
Yes.
So share capital is clear, 500 into 10, right?
Yes, sir.
So securities premium also is clear to you. Securities premium is 2 rupees.
Yes, sir.
20% of 10 rupees is 2 rupees, right? So securities premium is also clear. 500 forfeited shares into 20 into 2.
Yes, sir.
So in the amount column, debit column, equity share capital is 5,000 and securities premium is 1,000. Now comes the credit side. Credit side is to whichever way you want to go. To call scenario or to forfeited share. To forfeited shares means what he paid. To forfeited shares, in front of two forfeited shares, you will write what he paid. And to call scenario means what he did not pay. If someone has to pay me 15 rupees, paid me 5. How much he did not pay?
10.
10. So that means 15 would be my debit side and credit side will be 10 and 5.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, someone is supposed to pay some money. Then some part if he pays, then remaining part he doesn't pay. So that's why there are two parts on the credit side. The meaning of that is to call scenario, the amount he did not pay, that amount. To forfeited shares means the amount which he paid already. So two forfeited shares is very simple for you to calculate. Then you can balance the entry. So two forfeited shares, it is 500 into 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So it comes to how much now? 1,000 in on the credit side.
Yes, sir.
So what is the remaining
5,000.
5,000? That will be your
Deposit area.
call scenario. Okay.
500 into 10.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yes, you can say.
Okay.
Because total on debit side is 12 rupees. He is supposed to pay 10 rupees plus 2 rupees, right?
Yeah.
So out of 12, if he is paying 2 rupees, if he is paying 2 rupees, then obviously he is not paying 10 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in questions, in solutions, sometimes, in place of call scenario, they may use two equity share allotment, two equity share final call, the name of the calls which he did not pay. So what I would suggest you is you solve the question with call scenario rule. No need to go that way. Okay. So I mean in the book there may be both the ways, but you follow the call scenario way only.
Okay.
Always. Okay.
Okay.
It will be easy. Okay. So just forfeiting entry is okay now.
Yeah.
So being shares forfeited. Okay.
Yes.
Then we come to the next entry, that is reissuing entry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When we reissue, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So debit what comes in, money is coming in, and our bank asset is increasing and share capital liability is increasing.
Yes, sir.
One side we are receiving the money, another side share capital liability is increasing, or you can say we are issuing the shares. So the point is now your reissuing entry is going to be bank account debit to equity share capital. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So bank account debit to equity share capital. Is this okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now once you write this bank account debit to equity share capital, now you go to reissue line.
Yes, sir.
Check the reissue line.
300 shares were reissued.
First of all 300. So what you do is with all both things you can keep in bracket 300 into something in front of bank and 300 into something in front of
Sure.
share capital. Sorry. Uh,
Yes.
1 minute. Now how to put the amount in front of bank and in front of bank is go to reissue line
Yes.
and there you check whatever they say at for these words they use that is for bank amount
Okay.
and then they will give the share capital information also sometimes there. If you check read the line it is were reissued, the line is were reissued at 9 per share. Up to this is one information. Okay. After that is what given.
Fully paid.
Fully paid is share capital information. Fully paid means what is the full value of one share? Face value.
10.
10. So be careful about this, because sometimes they can say these shares were issued at 6, comma 7 paid.
Okay.
You understood my point now?
So 6 will be for bank and 7 will
Uh,
be.
whatever they say paid, called or called up, paid up, that information is for share capital.
Okay.
And the other information at, for, that is bank information. So in this case, the bank amount is going to be 9 and share capital is going to be 10.
Yes, sir.
So 9 into 300 is 2700
Hmm.
and equity share capital is 3000.
6,000.
Entry is not balanced.
Yeah.
You need to balance it.
Hmm.
Which side you need to balance it on?
Debit.
Debit side. So debit side you put forfeited shares debit. So second entry, reissue entry is also okay.
Yes.
Be careful for the in the reissue line, at and fully paid up, called up. These are two different information. Okay.
Yes.
Now the last entry which we give is transferring the profits to capitalism. So entry there is forfeited shares debit to capitalism.
Yes, sir.
Now what is the meaning of this? What we are doing actually here? If you check your 1 minute, if you check your forfeiting entry, there was a forfeited shares word used. That forfeited shares word used, what was the amount in front of that?
30,000. 1,000.
1000. What is the meaning of this 1000? To understand the last entry, this 1000 is a kind of amount which we have forfeited, we are not going to return. It is a kind of profit for us or gain for us. It is not profit, you can say gain. Okay, someone had paid us how much money out of 6,000? He had paid us 2 rupees, right, on 500 shares. So 1000 is a profit
Yes.
or gain, which we did not return. And in the next entry, you check, we have a forfeited shares on the debit side.
Yeah.
So what does it indicate there? If you check the second entry, what is the share capital value?
3,000.
And we are selling it for and getting how much money?
2,700.
So something of 3,000 we are selling for 2,700. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is this 300 for us then?
Loss.
It's a loss. It's a kind of discount we are giving. Shares we cannot issue on discount, at discount, but here when we are issuing, we can give a kind of discount. But the word which we use for that is forfeited share. Okay, you understood this? Okay. Now, first one was profit, and this forfeited shares is a loss.
Yes.
Now, always go for with per share profit or loss. Okay, so when we forfeited, this person had paid how much in the first entry? Just check and tell me per share how much he had paid.
2 rupees.
2 rupees was a gain on one share. This is what you have to be always doing. How much is a gain?
2 rupees.
Okay. And when we are reissuing, what is the loss there for us? Per share, I'm asking you.
Sir, per share value we don't have.
Equity share capital is per share how much?
10 rupees.
And we are selling for how much per share?
1.
Then
Yes, sir.
1 rupee.
10 into 1. Yes, sir.
So now you take the net of these two things. Gain is 2 rupees per share, loss is 1 rupee. What is the net gain?
1 rupee.
1 rupee. That 1 rupee will go to capitalism. That 1 rupee into whatever shares you had reissued. That one.
Okay,
So
sir.
how many shares we had reissued?
300.
300 into net gain is what?
1.
1. So 300 into 1. Always do it this way. Your capitalism will always come correct. Okay, so you can this kind of question.
Well, just right.
Right. This kind of question is also possible.